going to do something that's a little bit new. Now, it's not new to me. It's new for me to share this kind of thing. What I'd like to do is to pull a rune for the collective. Now, sometimes I get the feeling of drawing more than one, but this is with the idea of not a certain divination method per se, but simply what is the most useful information when concerning achieving our highest good. So I'd like to do that now. So what I've just pulled is Unyo reversed. Now, I know historically the runes weren't used with this idea of reverse, just in general. But I use it simply for the fact that I may be able to gain a little bit more knowledge than if I didn't use that. So, I will admit, I don't know the runes and their meanings by heart yet. So, I'm going to pause briefly while I commit some of this to knowledge. Well, it seems this is going to be a little bit longer than I intended. Now, as much as I'd like to be able to just study this and say it outright, let's say I still need to resort to my sources when it comes to these things. So, I'm going to read a few parts of this, and then I'm going to describe how I feel this may be coming through right now. So, in general, this rune is a rune of joy, happiness, peace, prosperity, and harmonious relationships. So this is a little bit of a celebratory rune. It's you've achieved something and you're in it at that moment. But since this is reversed, it's more so going to be in the energy of dissatisfaction, unfulfilled desires. Couldn't find the word. And I feel that this may be coming through, but simply because we're still in this period of waiting when it comes to our goals, not necessarily personally, but as for the collective. So let's look at this other part that I found. So let's see, where was it? Right here. It's necessary to free oneself from all the negative experiences of the past that do not allow us to be happily fulfilled in the present. Now, you can interpret this how you want. But the way that I am seeing this, personally, and also with the surroundings within the collective, we are simply in a time where things are still being figured out. We're still untwisting this whole idea of what we want more of. Okay? So, what we're going to be seeing is a lot of work being done. And what that means for the individual right now is you have to choose your battles. You have to choose when you want to go to war and when you may think that it might not be worth it to go into that. So, when we consider when those situations might arise, one of the easiest ways to think about this is when we're communicating with people, we think about what we might want out of this situation. I try not to go into a conversation where I'm actively trying to change someone's mind. More so for me, I would rather present how I see things, my feelings, my stance on a certain situation, and they can take it or leave it. So when it comes to this, and we have a dissonance when we're communicating with people, we want to assess what we're going to get out of the conversation. It's fine to put your energy out there for change. It just may not be very useful if you know the person that you're talking with, that you're communicating with, that you're choosing to hold space with, is going to be reluctant to the point of arguments, frustration, anger. Now, I wouldn't say these are inherently bad, but some people just are not ready for these things that we're bringing to them. And it's also not to say that we know better than they do, that we know the right path, because there's no right or wrong. There's only yours and theirs. Everybody has their own way of doing things. So just consider that when you're communicating, when you're out in the world. Think about what you want. Think about what you're going to get out of a conversation with someone, and really consider where your highest good would be in that situation. I'm Jake Thurman with Valley of Winds Alchemy. Thank you.